I'm not sure how familiar you are with a program called Adobe SpeedGrade. Here is the Creative Cloud version. Well, this is a program that allows you to accurately grade your color so that perhaps you can get a consistent look across multiple clips prior to bringing them into Premiere Pro. Now obviously I've not really got enough time here to be talking you through SpeedGrade, as it is a standalone program of its own. Perhaps that's a future course. But if you do need information about it, just go over to Adobe's website, looking up SpeedGrade of course, and here you'll find all this information about it. In particular, on the main screen here, you can see at the text at the bottom that you can deliver balanced color and distinctive vibrant looks for any type of video production. And what is pertinent to us, you'll see that there is a direct link integration with Adobe's Premiere Pro for smooth start to finish video production. Not just Premiere Pro, to be honest. You'll probably make use of this if you are an After Effects user. Now of course I'm not telling you all this simply to promote another Adobe program. The reason I am bringing this up here is because, well, you can see over here in our third column something that we've been discussing over the last couple of tutorials. This new feature here, Speed Lux. As the textual information informs you, you can easily achieve precision and beauty in your grades with new Speed Lux. And you can apply Speed Lux camera patches to balance the color spaces of different types of cameras. I.e., if you are making a film and you are using 2 or 3 different cameras, well really you would want the same consistent look across all those different clips, so that it's seamless whenever you change clips that were shot with different cameras. Anyway, that's SpeedGrade. Let me flick back over to Premiere Pro now. And what I'm going to do for the remainder of this tutorial is talk about how we can manipulate those looks that we tried out in the previous tutorial. Remember these down here in this Lumetri Lux folder? You remember these categories: cinematic, desaturation, style, and temperature. By the way, when we were trying these out in the previous tutorial, perhaps something that crossed your mind was, do we have to really apply these, each individual one, simply to try them out? Well, no, not really. With this workspace and the screen size that we shoot these movies for you, we can't quite see everything we need here within the effects panel. So I'll just left click here and drag to the right to expand this panel. And now you'll see revealed, because I've got the cinematic category selected, I now see all the different styles inside, all the different looks, and named as they are. So you would just simply scroll down and choose the one that you like the look of. Of course this works for all categories: desaturation, style, and for example you don't even need to open it up because you can see the preview here. This one called Dreams for example, all I would need to do is left click on the thumbnail view and drag and drop this onto our clip. And there you go, we now get that blue dreamy look that's part of this dream style. Okay, simple enough. Let me just undo that. I'll come up to edit and undo. Okay, simple enough. And that's all you would need to do. Try any of these, temperature for example, and you'll see all the different looks or styles inside as that thumbnail view. Okay, now because I am restricted on screen real estate, I'm going to bring my effects panel back in. Okay, done. Now because we've been looking at those Lumetri looks, you might be a little bit surprised, seeing as they have their own folder there. You might be a little bit surprised if we open up our video effects folder and come down to the color correction category. Well, you might be a little bit surprised to find a filter here, Lumetri, just below the Luma Curve and Luma Corrector. Remember these are in alphabetical order. Well, you might be surprised to see that there, and you might be wondering, what does this do? Well, it's kind of tied in with SpeedGrade, which we were talking about earlier on. I'll show you what I mean. I'll apply it. I'll left click and drag it over on top of my clip, and as soon as I deselect to apply it, then you might be a little bit surprised to see this, i.e. a list of your drives and your particular folder structure. Well, that's because this particular filter, the Lumetri filter, needs to look for a particular file type, and you'll see that down here in the bottom right. We're looking for these LUTS, Lux and LUTs. Noticing the extensions just after? Well, you're going to have to navigate where these are located on your hard drive. You would have thought Adobe would have made this easier for you and built the path in as part of applying this effect. It can't be that hard, can it? Anyway, you're going to have to dig. But you'll find them by opening up your C drive or wherever your operating system is. I imagine it is going to be your C drive. Work your way down to Program Files, not the one below, Program Files 86. Has to be Program Files, remembering that Premiere Pro is 64-bit. So open that up, then go up to Adobe, and then run down here to Adobe SpeedGrade. You can see why I brought it up now, can't you? Anyway, open it up, and then alphabetically it's easy to find, Lumetri, open this folder, and then finally down here, this LUTS folder, the LUTs folder. Open this up. Remember, we've got the indication down here what we're looking for. Okay, so double click to open it. And then now within here, you're going to see quite a number of different files. Well, these are all styles or look files that have been speed graded already and ready for you to apply within Premiere Pro, or speed grade, I suppose. We're concerned with Premiere Pro. Now there are, as you can see, a considerable number of these, so I'll go for one of these at random. I'll go for this Nikon. I'll select it and hit open. And then now immediately this speed grade look, profiled as that Nikon look, has now been applied. And of course we now see it up here within the Effect Controls panel. Sadly, it's another one of these that you can only turn on or off, so you'll just simply toggle it on or off there. However, all is not lost. I'll show you why later. I'll show you how we can manipulate the looks. I'm sure you imagine it's simple enough and it's only a case of coming over to the right and clicking on Setup. But no, what this does, this takes you back to your folder where all those looks are. Consequently, you can now choose a different look. So I'll choose a different look, this time not based on a camera. I'll go for this one, Blue Ice. I'll select it and hit open. And there we go, it's now applied. We now have this sort of cinematic look, this Blue Ice cinematic look. It doesn't look realistic like this, but that might be exactly what you want. Let's try one more. I'll click on here again, Setup. Maybe I'll try this one, BMC Process. I've no idea what it's going to be like. Let's try it. I'll hit open. Not too bad, maybe a little bit grey. But you can see how we do this. It's easy enough to choose a different preset. As we've done, start off with the Lumetri filter applied to your clip and then just navigate and choose a different preset, a different look. And of course, if you apply this to multiple clips from different cameras, then you are going to get a uniform or consistent look across all your clips. Okay, now I'm going to leave it here, but in the following tutorial, I'm going to look at applying a different look, and I'll show you a method that we can sort of negate that problem of not being able to adjust it in any way. Remember, so far, we can only either turn it on or off. So I'll see you in a moment where we talk through that.